Welcome to the NTN Nightly. I'm Nisha Charles. This edition's top stories. A $6.2 million road project is completed in Forestierre. The World Food Programme assesses shock-responsive social protection in Saint Lucia. The World Consumer Rights Day to focus on the environment. All that plus the latest in youth development, sports, and the NTN Nouvelle are Creole. A more than $6 million road rehabilitation project in Forestierre has been completed by the Ministry of Infrastructure. Here's Anicia Antoine with the details.
Parliamentary Representative for Castries South East, Honorable Guy Joseph, along with officials from the Ministry of Infrastructure, held the official road opening ceremony which marks the completion of the Emergency Intervention Forestierre Bypass Road project. The project included the construction of new drains, retaining walls, culverts, the erection of traffic signs, road markings for traffic safety, and the total resurfacing of the road. Parliamentary Representative for Castries South East, Honorable Guy Joseph, noted that Forestierre is one of the first communities to benefit from a road that is financed through the gas tax.
When the government made the decision, because of our limited fiscal space, to implement a gas tax for the road rehabilitation and road maintenance program, Forestierre can safely say that we have benefited from this as one of the first communities. Today we can boast a fully rehabilitated and reconstructed road. Now, what does that mean? Today, the value of every property in Forestierre has appreciated as a result of this single road constructed project.
Minister Joseph expressed gratitude to the residents of the community for their patience and cooperation during the construction period.
Roads are vital to any development agenda in any country or any part of the world. So these are not just political projects. These are not just to enhance the aesthetics of the community. Roads play a very vital role in the development of any society. It is one of the main means of transportation.
The project, which commenced in June of 2019 and completed in December 2019, was financed by the government of Saint Lucia through the Reconstruction and Rehabilitation of Roads program at a cost of $6,290,000 EC dollars. The road rehabilitation project was implemented by local construction firm Skelly's Construction Services Limited. Kellyanne Gajada is the office manager at Skelly's Construction Services Limited.
It is not simply a stretch of road, as impressive as it is. It creates a new pathway to the further development of our people. It speaks well for the long-term viability of our country and our prospects for future development. This project created jobs for many persons within our community and the neighboring community.
The ribbon-cutting ceremony for the newly rehabilitated Forestierre Road took place on Sunday, March 1st, 2020. From the Government Information Service, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
Agriculture Minister Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, along with key agriculture leaders, lauds the milestones achieved under the work program of the Import Substitution Program to date. Amanda Faye Clark reports.
The months of January and February 2020 were earmarked for a series of site visits of agriculture, farm and production facilities being utilized under the Import Substitution Program. The initiative, more commonly known as the 7 Crops Project, has picked up momentum since its official launch last October. having hosted a number of farmers' markets around the island. Minister with responsibility for food production, Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, led the contingent of agriculture leaders in assessing the progress of the project on the ground. More importantly, the activities were opportunities for the agriculture minister to interface with farmers who have thus far demonstrated their commitment to producing the designated 7 crops in keeping with the standards set out by the Ministry of Agriculture.
This year we are focusing on the 7 crops. All right, because it's a project that we intend to start sometime in March, as far as starting to sign the contracts, because by March we are hoping that the Saint Lucia Marketing Board, the new entity, would be in place with a budget, and they would have started signing contracts with farmers, because that will be the rule to give a reliable market to those farmers who are involved in the 7 crops. I must say that the visit to the meeting with the farmers today was very instructive, and it's also very encouraging, because I can see that based on the number of farmers we interact with, the majority of them were young farmers with a lot of energy and commitment to the project.
Farmers involved in the 7 Crops project have been certified and trained in safe food production and show potential in helping to meet one of the pivotal objectives of the program, that of reducing the island's $7 million food import bill by having cantaloupes, honeydew, melons, lettuce, tomatoes, pineapples, watermelons, cabbages and bell peppers readily available for purchasers of the hospitality industry, retailers and consumers. They also play an integral role in boosting the consumption of locally grown fruits and vegetables.
Concerning the 7 crops that they have chosen, it's widely circulated over the media, and my field officers have been educating me about it, so much so that they have selected me as one of the farmers that they will be doing the demo plot with. And I think it's a very good initiative, and that from that we can see how much we can produce, more than we believe we can, and that we can compete with the outside world with our local produce.
Increased production of the cash crops under the import substitution program is encouraged through incentives and technical support from the Taiwan ICDF, one of the Agriculture Ministry's partners for development of the sector. From the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Amanda Faye Clark reporting.
Meantime, the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment has collaborated with the World Food Programme on assessing the island's shock-responsive social protection. Janelle Norville explains.
The one-day consultation was geared towards analyzing the findings and recommendations coming out of a study of shock-responsive social protection in Saint Lucia. The study was conducted by the World Food Programme in collaboration with the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, and the Oxford Policy Management. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment, Velda Joseph, indicated that effective social protection is a crucial factor in determining the extent of the preparedness of households to deal with shocks, as well as how quickly households can return to a sense of normalcy post-disasters.
All too often, we experience national systems that are either too weak to respond or are not designed with the required flexibility to quickly adjust, whether it be through rapidly expanding to reach those that are in need of support, or temporarily increasing the size of the transfer to families and communities to help them to recover.
Throughout the world, the number, size and duration of disasters and crises are on the rise. At the same time, the cost of emergency responses has been increasing, thus exerting further pressure on already limited resources. This has heightened even more the need to leverage existing resources to respond to shocks, as reflected in grand bargain commitments. Governments and international actors, as a result, are exploring opportunities for social protection systems and programs to play a bigger role in responding to shocks, given their objectives of providing support to affected households and building resilience. Saint Lucia is particularly vulnerable to a number of disasters, both natural and man-made. Head of the Caribbean Emergency Preparedness and Response WFP Barbados Office, Regis Chapman, explained that given the small size, high exposure and low resources that characterize the Caribbean region, assessing the role for social protection in preparing for, responding to and mitigating the impact of shocks in the region is even more crucial.
So this case study and the work that we've done with the ministry, with NEMO, has also paved the way to additional funding through the SDG fund, which, as was mentioned, will be launched in the coming weeks. And this 2-year program, titled Enhancing Resilience and Acceleration of the SDGs in the Eastern Caribbean, Universal Adaptive Social Protection modeled at the community, national, and sub-regional levels, aims to strengthen people's resilience through predictable access to adaptive and universal social protection, with an emphasis on Saint Lucia and Barbados, but also the role of the OECS as a way to multiply some of the learnings from that program.
Given the pivotal role of disaster risk management systems in addressing shocks in the region, understanding synergies between disaster risk management and social protection is equally important. Minister for Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment, Honorable Leonard Montoute, highlighted the importance of social protection.
As a small island developing state with limited resources, but highly vulnerable to multiple hazards or shocks, and the impact of climate change, we welcome this focus of study and look forward to reliable data to guide policy, programming, and decision-making. Our reality is such that despite widespread dissemination of preparedness messages, there exist households who are simply unable to take action because of resource constraints. On the other hand, there are households that are simply unable to respond in the aftermath of hazard impacts, again, reasons of lack of resources. We must acknowledge, therefore, that such situation and through collaborative approaches seek to address them.
The one-day consultation was held on the 28th of February 2020. From the Government Information Service, I am Janelle Norville.
And this is the NTN Nightly. Ryan O'Brien is up next.
Here at Saint Lucia Distillers, we produce an award-winning range of rums and rum products. We export our rums to the Caribbean, North America, and Europe. Standards facilitate our entry into overseas markets. In the rum business, it is critical that our distillers and blenders get it right. Saint Lucia Distillers is HACCP certified. We use 2 standards from SLBS, the standard for labeling of prepackaged foods, SLNS 1-3 2014, and the National Specification for Rum, SLNS 12 2003. We are also a registered member of the West Indies Rum and Spirit Producers Association, WISPA. SLBS ensures that we are up to standard and world class.
This message is brought to you by the Commonwealth Standards Network.
Welcome back. We join Ryan O'Brien for the latest happenings in youth development and sports.
Welcome once again to your update from the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News. I'm Ryan O'Brien. The ongoing Master United Insurance Schools Cricket Tournament continued this week with the following matches. At the Balata playing field, Castries Comprehensive beat John Odlum Secondary by 63 runs. Batting first, Castries Comprehensive got to 173 all out in 32 overs. John Odlum replied with 109 all out of 22 overs. At the Larry Seuss playing field, Saint Lucia Sports Academy beat Soufrière Comprehensive by 6 wickets. Soufrière Comprehensive batting first got to 148 all out in 23.4 overs. Who then replied with 151 for 4 in 19.3 overs. Tariq Edward played a dominant innings of 60 and Kevin Gassi got 32. The Ministry of Youth Development and Sports held an internal technical meeting Wednesday to continue further preparations for this year's Inter-Schools Athletic Championships. Patrick Matre is the Director of Sports.
Okay, this morning's meeting was really to see how ready we are in terms of the technical aspect for inter-schools. When I say ready, I'm speaking of the fact that we are basically dotting our I's and crossing our T's, ensuring that we have all the necessary equipment, ensuring that we've got all stopgap measures in terms of the registration. And so this is in preparation for the technical meeting which will be happening tomorrow with the schools. When we, at that point in time, look at the entries in itself and how the entries have been done, and if there are any issues that any school would have in terms of the entries. So, as anything else, the meeting this morning is really an internal one from the ministry standpoint and the technical officials to ensure that we are getting it right for this year's inter-school.
Mr. Matra also gave some timelines for the upcoming events.
We have the Northern qualifiers, there are the Southern qualifiers, and then we have the semi-finals and grand finals. This year, on Tuesday and Wednesday of this year, which is the 10th and 11th of March, we'll be doing the Northern qualifiers at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground, and the schools from the North would range from Grosley to Dennery, and all the secondary schools. So approximately about 14 secondary schools. And then on the following 2 days, which is Thursday the 12th and Friday the 13th, we'll be doing the South at the George Odland Stadium. And again, you have another 12 schools down that side. Once we have done so, we now put together the list for the semi-finals and finals, and that will be held on Wednesday the 18th of March and the 20th, which is the final day, where on that day we'll see all the rest of the finals, and that is really the day where we expect large crowds in terms of students and the general public to cheer on the athletes, because on that day, that is the day where the champion will be crowned.
And with that update, we come to the end of our segment from Youth Development and Sports for today. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
Thanks, Ryan. The Consumer Affairs Department will join other consumer organizations around the world on March 15 to call for global changes to avert environmental breakdown.
From the patient at the doctor's office, to the family shopping at the supermarket, to you the viewer consuming this information, we are all consumers. As a consumer is generally defined as anyone who purchases a good or service for his personal use and not for resale. But are you a sustainable consumer? And should you care?
A sustainable consumer is someone who uses services and products in a manner that minimizes the impact on the environment. That person takes into account their present needs as well as the needs of future generations. They use less to do more and to do better. And they are aware that the resources that we have on Earth is finite and can be depleted.
As World Consumerize Day approaches, the Consumer Affairs Department, or CAD, intends to encourage sustainable habits and behaviors.
We have partnered with the Department of Sustainable Development, the Saint Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority, and the National Consumers Association to have a grand information sharing exercise downstairs the offices of the Consumer Affairs Department, that is on the corner of Miku and Coral Street in Castries. On that day, consumers can come and speak to the authorities and ask all relevant questions. This activity begins at 9:30 a.m. We want to encourage consumers to come, be informed, and of course begin making simple changes to avert environmental breakdown.
This information sharing exercise will take place on March 13 outside the office of the Consumer Affairs Department in Castries. The CAD has also started an awareness program empowering primary school students to make sustainable choices. Marvin St. Louis reporting from the Ministry of Commerce.
And stay with the NTN Nightly. Up next is Primus Hutchinson with the NTN Nouvelle en Créole.
La main propre, c'est chimé bonne santé. Il est absolument nécessaire pour laver la main si vous voulez une bonne santé. Quand même, si vous prenez glossitaine, ou ça fait ces bagailles là. Écoutez, lavez la main souvent et puis l'eau nette avec savon, après condition qu'il y a 20 minutes. Par exemple, on pour laver la main après vous changer d'arrière-part. servi très vite. Occuper moun qui blessé et bien malade. Après occuper les animaux et après ou enterrer zordi. Et si ou pas ni glo, ou ça servi ça yo kakouye hand sanitizer et bien alcool pour 30 secondes. Lavez les mains souvent. Ça c'est une manière pour empêcher maladie. Si vous voulez plus d'informations, priez Bureau Information Santé à numéro 468 53 49.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle en Creole.
Merci Otil. Nisha. Monsieur Madame Département, qui est une responsabilité pour l'information en gouvernement Saint Lucia, GIS. À ce métier télévision nationale, pays NTN, Caposato Nouvelle à Creole. Caposato Primus Hutchinson. Ministère des Affaires et Développement économique, Transportation, Affaires kayak lot, a présenté officiellement jeudi passé un plan de développement qui est en place pour adresser le projet qui a commencé en préparation pour un autre grand développement pour l'année 2020 pour l'année 2023. Le gouvernement et l'autre agence PIA en plan pour délivrer à cette initiative ça te point un approchement neuf à l'année 2008 côté cabinet gouvernement c'est ici ensemble puis les plus hauts officiels hot service public et puis les représentatifs hot secteur privé pour placer attention à ces 6 projets en parmi eux c'est 3 de façon économique et aussi secteur touristique agriculture et projet de bâtiment et 3 social ça c'est service santé éducation et protection pour les citoyens pays. Premier ministre ici, honorable Alain Chasney, expliqué manière ces secteurs là qu'a représenté ensemble ces plus importants développements à la vie toutes les secteurs. Alors, selon Premier ministre Chasney, développement 4 ces outils là des économiques et sociaux, c'est pour pousser le développement pays cette devant alors 4 l'année pour venir un effort pour établir une fondation pour pays à faire bon progrès. Initiative ça là une façon pour identifier côté pour établir bonne location côté qui véritablement ni briser solution et pour aussi développer un plan d'implémentation pour grand projet ça là. Plan qui a embrassé ni secteur public et privé pour ça détailler implémentation ces programmes ça là en bas projet là aussi budget qui mérité pour conduire projet avec diverses initiatives qui ont déjà identifié pour accomplir grand projet de développement ça là. Deuxième phase projet ça là, c'est une division en gouvernement cette-ci qui est responsable pour ménager et qu'il a une bonne coordination pour conduire l'implémentation de tous ces programmes là qui ont basé ces projets. Le ministre là qui a une responsabilité pour le développement économique, honorable Guy Joseph, déclare que la division ça là très critique pour des gros succès que le projet ça là ça accompli. Selon le ministre Joseph, plan c'est pour établir ces outils qui ça mesurer performance totale et pour si on a délivré en façon qui méritait. Il dit aussi division qui est responsable pour savoir si la pièce bawad en opération pour savoir qui raison ça a existé et pour trouver façon et manœuvre pour accomplir ces diverses tâches qui division ça la responsable. Alors chaque ministère et agence qui ça ouais côté la faiblesse côté yo ça accompli bon succès. C'est que département le ministère de développement fait comprendre que thème là nous tous ensemble c'est un appel pour tout citoyen assister et puis développement ça là. Monsieur Claudia Simanuel explique que ces objectifs là ni pour adresser plus que 5 l'année. Ça veut dire il est nécessaire pour ces initiatives ça là ni capacité pour jamber pacte politique et poursuivre route de vision pour 20 juste 30 l'année. Monsieur Emmanuel fait comprendre que yon pas kay avouer qui yon cette règle qui devait implémenter qui disparaître moment yon l'autre administration venir à pouvoir. Conseiller, si que les permanents remarqué qu'il était très prêt pour présence les représentatifs opposition pour un support pour une initiative ça là. Ministre des Affaires Agriculture dit il concernait toujours et puis déguer la place Figla avec décision qu'a continué et puis win fresh à façon ça là. On a Ezekiel Joseph remarqué que malgré la situation qu'a gardé plus favorable après ça, l'année passée, Premier ministre Saint Lucia, honorable Alain Chasney, de une discussion et puis win fresh pour essayer de régler la situation ça là. Selon le ministre agricole là, malgré cette liste c'est membre wind fresh, là l'autre pays en région qui aussi c'est membre avec l'intérêt différent qui ça cette liste.
Prime Minister Ali, he did là directly that you need to coupon that wind fresh, objective wind fresh, c'est pour vendre fig pays nil liver. Actuellement, c'est on est cette liste qui a fait et puis pour vendre fig cette liste. Ça c'est priority. Moi ça dit that based on meeting ça, Prime Minister echo ça me toujours dire les bords là et puis ça nous est that wind fresh a ban nous pli la place. Unfortunately, nous pouvons ça joindre la place là wind fresh a ban nous, jusqu'à 15,000 boxes comme 15,000 tous les semaines. Les mauvais records nous quand faire 8 tous les semaines. So là il y a un problème.
Mais le ministre agricole a déclaré qu'il y a une délégation en place pour visiter divers farmers et les cultivateurs au lieu de cette liste pour aider à adresser cette situation. C'était dans le que le ministère a déjà encouragé pour produire un pays à même.
Moi comme ministre agricole, PS moi et puis team leader nous caille dehors, nous caille ces farmers là pour tant qui problème sur yoni, qui manière yo quoi nous ça aider yo pour overcome ces problèmes là because projet ça c'est un projet qui est important. Projet ça c'est un projet qui caille assister nous pour nous ça pour baisser à ce comment ces régimes ça nous ca importer cette ici. Et puis nous 3 l'année pour nous ça tout bout importer ces produits ça. Nous ça fait because nous même programme épuisé. Nous pas importer parce que nous produire chez cette ici. Of course l'année nous ca ni shortage but nous pas importer cette ici. Et moi quoi si nous continuer faire ça nous besoin faire by école concombre, laiti, choix pomme, tomatoes, piment doux, zanana, cantaloupe, moulin, c'est by ça nous pas supposé qu'à importer c'est by ça cette ici.
Le ministre agricole a dit tout rangement en place et puis marketing board, j'en compte 3 et puis les farmers et institutions qui vendent produits ces farmers et les cultivateurs by hotel et l'autre place business. Powers Babono, pour 3e année, a engagé la population, les étudiants, pour participer dans un projet poésie, pour principalement l'école primaire. C'est une compétition qui est organisée pour aider ces étudiants à développer plus confiance et leur habilité en préparation pour la vie après finissement études de l'école. Dans ce cas, ces étudiants à l'école secondaire ont aussi participé. Le ministre des Affaires agricoles, qui aussi est représentatif pour Babono, honorable Ezekiel Joseph, déclaré que activité comme ça, c'est une occasion pour exposer talent les jeunesses en Paris là. L'école primaire Babono performer un grand degré d'excellence pour trouver première place et aussi 3e place. L'école primaire Forestierre gagne 2e place. L'année passée, c'était l'école Balata qui a trouvé la victoire de la compétition poésie ça là. Compétition, c'était en observance 41 anniversaire et de Podas. Cette liste. Monsieur Bram Sekota, nous avons une nouvelle là. Monsieur autant pour regarder, pour avoir une invitation. Pour chez puis moi considérer conserver la vie, on va poser l'autre nouvelle après la présent. On va poser Nisha.
Merci Opil Primus. And here's a look at what's happening to us weather-wise. Fair skies becoming cloudy at times with some scattered showers. Moderate easterly winds generated by the Atlantic high-pressure system will continue across the eastern Caribbean region for the next few days. Moisture and instability in the lower atmosphere will result in some showers over the islands of the Lesser Antilles during the next 24 hours. The tides for Castries Harbour was low at 6:15 p.m. and will be high again at 1:17 a.m. The tides for Vieux Bay was low at 7:42 p.m. and will be high again at 2:24 a.m. The seas moderate to locally rough with waves and swells 5 to 7 feet or 1.5 to 2.1 meters. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise caution due to above normal seas. The sun will rise Thursday at 6:17 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the Saint Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Nisha Charles.